Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name, as always, is Bloodstained Wings, and today we're going to be painting a commission painting. If you are interested in commissions, please feel free to follow one of the links below and you can contact me for a commission. This is a welcome sign. It doesn't say welcome yet, but that's okay. I will be painting welcome on it after all the paint dries, and that's going to go in that middle section right above the trees in the distance. And this is for my friends Ashley and Jason. Thank you so much again. And it will be hanging in their house. It's actually double-sided, but the back side's just a chalkboard. So if you want to see how I painted this, please feel free to keep watching the video. Alright, so I know that in the intro, this was all done and everything looked great. But that being said, I don't know what I'm doing. So we're just kind of making do with what we got right now. So I have some wood. I have some wood on a circle. This is going to be a welcome sign for some friends of mine. And they're actually some of my Patreon supporters. Hello, Ashley and Jason! So yeah, they wanted a new welcome sign because they repainted their house and the old welcome sign didn't match, so they need a new one. So here we are, we're gonna paint a new welcome sign. Hopefully this is actual wood. No idea if it is or not. I got it at the Walmart. It's got a chalkboard side, which I thought was really cool, and then it's got this side, which is the like painted side. And I was thinking like a nice foggy woods with a bridge. That's what I got. Okay, great. I'm glad you guys are on board with this. I'm gonna do it so that it is a black and white painting. So all we're gonna have on my canvas eventually is just black and white. That being said, I do have a lot of paintbrushes here that you can see that are different colors. That's because I just finished doing a painting and didn't clean my brush. Okay, so I've cleaned my brushes. You may have noticed there was a little jump there. That's okay, clean my brushes. That's the important part. All right, so I've got some white on my brush. Now I've got a clean brush. And I'm gonna try to maintain some of this like lovely wood texture that we have in the background. So, that being, oh wow. There we go. That being said, let's add some like a sun here. And I want it to be like relatively foggy. So I'm hoping to just smooth out the background. Okay, I'm gonna use the bigger brush, and I'm gonna just really smooge that out. Smoochy, smoochy. I just want there to be like a light glow in that area so that there is this sense of there being sunlight in this spot here, while not necessarily being anywhere else. Oh great, there was blue paint on this brush that just picked it up, and now we've got blue paint everywhere. Oh great. That sucks. Alright. Let's see if we can fix that. Probably not. But we're gonna try at least to smooch it out. Okay. A little bit more of the shining sun. Alright. We're gonna put like black and white kind of tree, hills, river situation is what I'm going for, and I want this to be like just a little bit glowy sunlight kind of situation that's just kind of like there, you know, very misty. I don't want like a distinctness yet. I want it to be very mysterious. I find that helps to blend in the wood with the background, to just have like a foggy mist that kind of like starts you off. It starts you off. All right, so we want like very lightly, like a light gray kind of color. a little too much. I want it to be gray. I also want it to be like a light gray. I don't want it to be like super dark yet. I'm just kind of like trying to mix a gray off on my palette over here. But I keep picking up blue accidentally. Alright. I think that looks like a gray. I think that looks like a gray. So I'm just going to try to have, like just in the very, very distance, I'm going to have like a little tree situation that are very, very far away. These are very far away trees. You can't really see all that well, but we gotta have a basis to go from. We have to start somewhere. So this is where we're starting. We're starting with some gray trees, non-distinct gray deciduous trees. Kind of just all up in there. And I'm going to take some white and I'm just going to blot the bottoms with the white to try to give like more of that fog back, and also to like level them out. Kind of, it's a 2-for-1 deal. Right now it's giving snow. It's giving the effect of this could be snow. Not sure that's what I was going for, but I'm also not opposed to that. That's not necessarily a bad thing, you know? All right, I'm going to switch to the bigger brush, and I'm just going to also tap very gently across, just to really, really soften that up, because I don't want it to be snow. I'm going to pull it down a little bit, and then gently lift upwards, which is going to help make the trees look like trees. Again, just really smooching out the bottom. All right, we have our first layer of trees. Okay, that's good. I was hoping to try to give like a river going here. Let's just do that with some nice dark colors, and then we'll go over it with some lighter colors to like lighten it up, but I'm just gonna go ahead and lay in a river. Here we go, river. Yeah, we'll have like a little waterfall area there that we'll go in with a palette knife and do. Yep. And then we'll come down here and go across like that. I kind of thought it might be nice to have like a bridge. Might be nice to have a bridge. But you gotta have a river in order to have a bridge. I don't know if I'm gonna have a bridge because this requires thought, and I didn't really spend a lot of time thinking about this. I just kind of went ahead and started doing this. Not even gonna lie a little bit on that. That is 1000% what's happening. I was like, hey, this sounds like a good idea. Do it! Okay! And we're recording. Just if you guys want to know how I roll, that is how I roll. Immediately jump into chaos. Alright, we're just getting some nice. Okay, so we've got the darkness. You need the dark to show the light. This is important. It doesn't have to be level. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to like give you the idea that this is where things are gonna go. From there, you can decide other things. Okay, so what other things am I gonna decide? I don't know. Great, right? I'm so good at this. All right, I think with a little bit of a darker color than the gray that we already have. It's just slightly darker. I'm gonna come in and add a little grassy area right there. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. A little grassy area. There we go. All right, and I think we need a rock for our waterfall. There we go. There's a rock on the other side of our waterfall. Excellent. And we need our all of our water to actually happen. So that's a thing we gotta do. So let's go ahead and lay in our water. There's the waterfall. Bet you guys didn't know you could do a waterfall with a palette knife. Well, now you do. Applying in some water. There's the palette knife. Oh, I love using a palette knife, you guys. If you're not using a palette knife, get with it. Start using a palette knife. I'm just gonna highlight my rock here. Rock. Rock. There we go. Back into the white for some more highlighting of my river here. Let's have another waterfall, why not? Oh yeah, that looks good. Sound effects help. Sound effects help a lot. And then just come back in here and add a few more ripples into our water. All right, I am going to use a little bit of a smaller brush just to add a little bit of some like splashy water at the bottom of the waterfall. At the bottom of the waterfall, there's some splashy, splashy, splash. There we go. There we go. And we just need a little bit of some white on a liner brush just to really get right in there. Just to get right in there and really smooth out that bottom. Smooth out that bottom. There. So now we have, does this look out of focus? Hang on. That looks much more in focus. Okay, sorry about the focus issue. Didn't know that was a thing, but that's okay. So we've got our river, we've got our situation with the the rocks and then the waterfalls. That's good. We should have more rocks, many other places. I also want to have like little like berms and stuff. So let's get some more darkness. So this should be slightly darker than the bit in front of it. You know, I'm not sure I'm liking this all that much right now. I think it needs a lot more in terms of like trees and stuff, but we're getting there. Okay, we need to highlight these with stuff as well, but it's happening. We're getting the first few layers down, which is important. You know what else I think? Just now had this brilliant idea. I'm gonna take some of the straight black and I'm gonna have this whole thing be rocks. I think that would look real cool. So there's just gonna be like a shit ton of rocks right there. There we go. Yeah. Like that's why the waterfall is like bigger over here than it is on the other side. Or up there, I guess. Because these rocks, these be big old rocks. Alright, there we go. Some big old rocks. And now we need some highlights on those rocks. Don't forget that. That's important. This rock kind of slides out a bit and then goes down. Yeah. Another rock right there. Just kind of sitting there. Yeah, see? Yeah, see? Anyways, I have a nice little like landing area there. And then just pull very gently down to give it that rock effect. I will say, practicing doing your rocks is very important. Always make sure you practice doing your rocks. Rocks definitely take time and practice to do. So please, please, please practice your rocks. All right, more grass before we get too carried away. And then we can start adding some trees and maybe some bushes. You know, you gotta lay down the grass first. Or else you're gonna get mad at me for being like, why does nothing look right? Why are there holes everywhere? You gotta lay down the grass. And you wanna make sure if you're putting in a river, you can see that I am curving my brush so that it does this and going down towards the banks of the river. That's very important because the river is going to go to the lowest point. There's got to be a reason basically for what it's doing. So you got to get right in there and give it a reason as to why it's doing that. Very important, very critical for trees or for rivers. All right, talking about trees, let's put in some trees. I was going to put in a bridge, wasn't I? I'm very scared of putting in a bridge right now, apparently. So we're going to put in some trees. That's how that logic worked. All right. Let's put one in right there. Yep. Right there. That's one tree. Let's have like I wanted to say welcome like through there, so I'm gonna try not to put a lot of trees right there, but you never really know with me what I'm gonna do. There's my head making an appearance. There we go. All right, we've got some big trees. big trees have branches. So let's go ahead and get some goop in here. Add a branch or two. Again, trying to leave this space open because I want it to say thank you, or not thank you, I want it to say welcome because it's a welcome sign. I'm gonna have leaves over this. I don't know why I'm carrying so much, but it's okay. Whee. Paint some tree branches. Paint some tree branches. Sing random songs. It helps. And when I close my eyes. Okay. Again, trying very hard not to fill in the area that I very obviously am trying to fill in with my tree branches. If you're struggling with tree branches, try having more shaky hands. Stop being so good at painting. You want to have real shaky hands and just kind of jiggle that brush about. Because the more jiggly it is, the more like a real tree branch it's going to look. And keep in mind that tree branches cross over each other and do all kinds of weird things and get thick and get thin and split out and do weird things. You can just get real weird with a tree branch and that's totally fine. It's one of the great things about tree branches. You can just get real weird with them, and that's okay. It just makes it more realistic when you're like, oh god, I really messed up that one limb. You're like, meh, kind of looks more like a tree now. I wanted an extra tree there, so I just did it. That's how it goes. You just add more things as you want them, and you got yourself a tree. And you can just do this. You can do this for literally ever, which is kind of the problem with trees, is that you can just keep painting them forever and ever and ever. Just add more tree branches and have them cross over and do all kinds of weird, funky chickens, and it's good, and it's fun. Alright, let's have a big branch down here to kind of stop me from filling in this spot. Put a tree branch lower in hopes that it stops me from filling in other things. There we go. See, now it's got the wiggles. See, tree branches. They just do. So, feel free. Just go crazy with them. Get crazy with the cheese whiz. More references to songs. There's a someone that I follow on the YouTube, or on the Twitch rather, and we used to have a song counter for every time they broke into song. It was like well over 500, which was great. Before the bot broke. Yeah, see? Just draw some tree branches. Have fun. This tree obviously goes on for like days over here. You gotta have a friend. He's got a friend over here. There we go. Just add more tree branches and get real funky with it. See? Just have fun. Just do things. It's good. Alright. Do I want to do a bridge? Question. Answer is yes. Where do I want to have the bridge? Right here. I'm just gonna do it. We're just gonna do it. We're gonna commit. And commit. Bridge. I like walking on bridges. I like having bridges. I don't like painting bridges because I'm not very good at it, but you're not going to get good by just sitting here and complaining. You're only going to get good by practicing, so break out your paints and start practicing, right? It's going to be thicker down here to support the weights of people and animals and stuff crossing over the bridge. There we go. Bridge. Bridge. There's a bridge. There's a bridge. There's a bridge. Railing for bridge. Bridge. That is a really bad railing. That's a really bad railing. Try to see if we can just maybe smooth out. There we go. Much better. Okay, and now we need like a little path so that you can get on the bridge, you know? There it is. And then on the other side. Maybe that one disappears behind a bush, which we'll paint right now with more black paint. All right. We also need some like lively branches and stuff like that, so let's go ahead and get some black paint. And I'm gonna put a big old bush right there. So I think it needs a big old bush. We're gonna put a big old bush at the bottom of this guy right there. Looking good. And yeah, you know what? We're just gonna, that tree is gonna be behind a bush. I'm just gonna add some tree leaves to our beautiful big trees here. And this is why it doesn't matter when you're drawing your tree leaves, when you're drawing your tree branches, how much care you put into them, even though I put in a lot of care, because most of the time it's just not going to be seen underneath all of the leaves you put on, but just in case, it also gives you good practice. So, And if you're painting like winter trees, you're going to want to have them visible, so it definitely gives you more practice, which is good. Oh, that was a good one. That one was not so good. I ran out of paint. There we go. There we go. Getting more paint. Putting some more tree branches and leaves. That's a good one. Oh yeah, that's a good one. I'll come in here. Add some more over here. The good thing about this entire thing being black and white is that I don't have to worry about it picking up like the brown from the tree. Nope, it's all black and white, so it's okay. I also like all the little drippy downs that are happening. Those are really cool and I'm really enjoying that. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, now we can do some highlights. Highlights. Just gonna get a little bit of some goop. And we're gonna test this out on one of these bushes. There we go. Bush. Yay, bush. All right. Just little highlights, mostly in the areas where you won't be able to see any difference between the like dark and the light. Just want to have like a little bit to really help to separate the tree branches. It's mostly what we're looking for is just to separate the tree branches. So that we have like some upper and lower tree branches. Some like out front and some behind ones. There. Maybe on this one just a little bit more. There we go. So yeah, we have some like background ones and some foreground ones, which is great. I'll clean up my palette knife and I'm going to try to grab some of this color and just add a little bit of a highlight to our path. And by a little bit, apparently, I mean a lot. There we go. Alright. Yeah. Looking good. Maybe I'll make a little bit of a gray that is not quite as dark as the trees, but not white. Like a little bit of white mixed in, you know? Just to highlight a little bit of these trees. Just a little bit, you know? Just like a little whisper of highlights where you can see some of the tree. There we go. Little highlights, little tiny highlights. And then I'm once again gonna try to black out that bridge. It just doesn't look dark enough. It keeps picking up some of the white and I'm just like, stop picking up the white. And the white's like, I wanna be a part of this painting. It really is just like insisting on being there. I don't want it to. Okay, well, I tried. And that's good. I think it looks pretty okay. So I will Once this is fully dried, I will write out welcome there, and then it'll say welcome, and this, ta-da, will be a welcome sign for my friends. It is all black and white, looking snazzy. I forgot to put highlights on all of the background things, and I didn't highlight the bridge at all. I should highlight the bridge. That's a solid point. Let's actually introduce some white on purpose. Maybe that'll help make the black look like the black, because we've separated out the highlight, you know, on our bridge. Maybe it'll look more like a bridge. Maybe it looks more like a bridge now. Little highlights. Maybe. I do like the fact that there is a bridge in it, so I'm good with that regardless. I really like the waterfall river area. I think that looks really smooth and nice, and the rocks are just freaking hardcore, and I love them. I'm just gonna like smooth out the bottom of some of these rocks. Heck yeah. So it looks like the water's kind of snooging up out that way. Just a little snooge. There we go. Yeah. Yes. See? Just need the little kisses of things. But the background trees looking really, really nice, and that little bit of sunlight over here is really popping through. And I love the like overall wood texture that we got going on up here. So I think that this turned out really well. So thank you so much, Ashley and Jason, for continuing to support me. And thank you also to all of my Patreons who continue to support me. I very much appreciate that. If you guys would like to check out my stuff, please feel free in the link tree below. As always, you are loved, you deserve to be loved, and I will catch you guys next month. Mwah! Bye!